Standard Bank has launched an enhanced version of its SimplyBlu platform, providing small and medium-sized enterprises with a seamless, all-in-one solution for payments and business management. Today, we are joined by Nyawo, Head of Merchant Solutions for Business and Commercial Banking at Standard Bank South Africa. We are going to explore their innovative SimplyBlu solutions. So let's dive in. This is my Entrepreneurship Journey podcast. I'm Difo Machele, and welcome. Norman, thank you for coming to the podcast to talk to us about the tech solution the bank offers to our SMEs. Thank you for being here.
Morning, Difo. It's a pleasure to be here and joining on your platform.
Thank you. Norman, what is SimplyBlu and how does it work?
Cool. So SimplyBlu is an all-in-one payment platform or solution for small to medium-sized enterprises. What it actually does is it provides merchants or businesses with an ability to accept card payments, while at the same time, I think giving them free access to some key business tools such as sales reports, product reports, payment capabilities, and then really also allowing them some rich capabilities like stock and inventory management, a built-in till solution, and a merchant app that they can download on the Google Play Store or iOS or Apple stores.
Mm-hmm. And this solution isn't new. It's an upgraded one. So what is the difference between the old one that perhaps business owners know and this new version?
Yeah, so the old version, or if you want to call it the 1.0 version, was really an e-commerce platform. It was really focused at trying to give small businesses a very quick e-commerce capability to get on the go. What we've now done with this new version, which is the 2.0, is we really tried to consolidate all of the key payment rails that a small business needs. So what we need by that is on that same point of sale device or on your Android phone, you have got all of the payment rails that you'll need. So it's got QR acceptance is enabled there. You can also spawn off your e-commerce kind of site or website on the same platform. You'll obviously be able to accept card payments on that as well. And as we kind of grow the capabilities, we're going to be adding other payment rails. So the main difference really is it's almost a consolidation of payment rails, but also it's really rich with features. And the idea is that we want the business owners and the small to medium enterprises to not really have to go in multiple places to get solutions. They can just come and get their Standard Bank business or transactional account. They then get their SimplyBlu merchant capability or facility with us, which really is all encompassing, and they don't need to go and get any other solution thereafter.
Yeah, this is amazing. And one of these amazing features it incorporates, you mentioned, is stock and inventory management. For someone who's listening, thinking, how would I go about this? Can you walk us through that? What does this mean?
Sure. So, I mean, for a small business, it's, stock and inventory is being able to know exactly how many items you've got, to try your business. So, for instance, if you're selling, I don't know, bread, milk, some sort of groceries, right? Day-to-day groceries. When you buy your stock in bulk, you can then have on the app or on the device you go and you actually upload it, right? And you actually go in and record it to say you've receipted 100 loaves of bread, 50 capsules, whatever you call them, of milk, so many sweets. So you almost record every single item that you're selling. And then thereafter, as you are transacting using that same device, as someone buys 1 loaf or 2 loaves or whatever it is that they buy, it deducts it from the stock and inventory. So what that then gives you is you can now all of a sudden start to have a very good idea of which items are moving fast. When do certain items get bought? So on the weekend, do people buy more bread and milk than they do during the week? You can set, like limits to say when you hit a certain limit of 10 loaves, 20 loaves, send a notification so you can buy some more, and the fact that, as I mentioned, that you can actually, manage your whole business and the whole solution on an Android or on an Apple phone. What that means is when you're not even at the store, if let's say you've got a cashier that is dedicated in your store somewhere, let's say in Rosebank or in Soweto, you can actually manage your store remotely as well. And you can actually see the transactions that they're happening real time. So it gives the business owner that real time capability to see, okay, my stock is sitting at 150, 80. So even if you're not in the same vicinity or location as your store, you can actually order and say, okay, you can see that the bread is running low, go top up more bread. So it just gives that business owner a lot more power to manage their business real time, right? As opposed to having to go and do a stop take and, and see what's happening. You can almost manage it remotely.
Yeah, if I have a coffee shop remotely, I can see, hey, this type of milk is being used. It's running low, so maybe we have to stock. And people actually like almond milk. This shows that people like almond milk. Okay, we're going to restock. And usually, if I have like 50 cartons or boxes,
Yep.
it lasts us for 2 days. So then it gives you such ideas.
100%, yeah. No, so it's really about, as you said, just being able to manage the ins and the outs, and also knowing, like, because once you start knowing what moves fast, you can start doing specials. So we recently obviously went through Black Friday, so now you can actually see, okay, cool, when it's Black Friday, when it's festive season, what are people buying, and then you make sure you stock up on those items.
This is amazing. And besides that, stock and inventory management, what else can the merchant or the business owner do on their phone, on their app remotely?
Cool. So as I mentioned again, there's quite a rich reporting insights kind of module that's built into the tool. And what I mean by that is you can almost get, you get daily, weekly, monthly summary reports around how your business is doing, right? So if you've actually gone in, like we're talking about the stock and inventory, you can see what's a fast mover. You can see, how much profit you're making, because when you load your stock, you will almost put, you bought the stock for a loaf of bread for 10 Rand, you're selling it for 20 Rand, which is quite a high margin. So in essence, your profit margins will then be plotted out in a nice graph for you, right? So you can actually start seeing how much profit you're making. And if then you've also got an expense management tool in this. So if you, let's say, got, employees that are working for you, you're paying wages, you're paying for certain facilities, electricity and all that, you can record all those expenses in there. So the whole idea is, to give the business a tool where they can, because as a business, what you need to do is to be able to record every single costs, right, or expenditure that you make for your business, and then obviously you need to see the income that's coming out of that, right? So what the tool then does is it'll actually then go and do a profit loss for you and actually model, okay, based on all your expenses and all of your income, this is how much profit you're making. So, and I think as a small business, those are good habits to get at a as you're starting up your business, because it really allows you to start understanding, where you make money, how you make money, what's costing you, where you need to be a bit more, innovative or think differently about costs. So I think that module, I think for me, I really enjoy it. It's quite good. But also I think as I said, there's also a built-in e-commerce capability we're going to be launching in the next 2 weeks, where in essence, once you've loaded your stock and inventory, just by, literally in a few minutes and a push of a few buttons, you can actually publish your instant e-commerce, right? Which means you'll have a website. And again, that gives you more reach for customers that want to, that they want to have access to your product that you're selling.
Yeah, this is amazing. It solves so many pain points for small business owners. I was saying this, that it crafts out and plots your P&L statement. I remember when I was younger, my father owned a small cell phone store, and we used to write on a pen and paper what was sold, and there's people who still do that, and it took a lot of time. And this is an amazing solution for that small business owner out there. And talking about these amazing features, Norman, and the app, how accessible or user-friendly is it for someone with limited technical expertise?
Yeah, so we really tried to test it with the ordinary, business owner who's got kind of limited knowledge on, on just using a basic cell phone. So we've kept it very simple in that sense. But you'll see, I think, once you get the actual application, whether it's on the phone or on your point of sale device, it's very easy. If you haven't loaded stock, there's a big button that says load stock. If you're going to do a transaction, it says like quick sale. So we've made the interface very, very easy and accessible for people to understand. And obviously, from getting access to the actual solution. It's quite easy for customers to get this. They just need to go on to www.standardbank.co.za/SimplyBlu, and SimplyBlu is spelled SimplyBlu. And literally then that'll take the the business to the landing page. They can then obviously request the solution. There's obviously a few questions because you're getting a merchant facility. We need to just check that everything is above board. But within 24 hours, between 24 to 48 hours, if you provide the necessary documentation that we need, we'll be able to get your device out to you, and then you'll be able to start using the solution. So we've really tried to make it quite easy. I mean, as we said, we built this for the SME at heart. So it's obviously, the idea is to make it as easy for them to access as possible.
Yeah. And what kind of business would benefit most from using this solution?
So currently, it's very much suited to the retail type customers. But we are going to be expanding it to open up to other sectors. So, i.e., travel and entertainment sectors and fuel sectors. But most SMEs, are really focused more on the retail side. So if you're just selling, groceries, some sort of retail wear, this is perfect, right, for you. So it should be quite easy for you to set it up. As we said, the full feature suite is built to help an SME, and then it's all about also just finding out what works for you. I think with all these solutions that you can get out there, there's always different items you can access in there, but it's about, as a business, what's important for you. For some businesses, as you mentioned, stock and inventory management and knowing what's happening is key. For some businesses, it might just be, they just want to know what's happening. So maybe the merchant app and an ability to view, how the sales are doing on a daily basis is quite important. And for some, maybe e-commerce is important as well because they want a broader reach, right? So I think it's really just about, where as a business you find yourself. And I would like to believe that, most of the clients that will end up using our solution will kind of come in at different entry points, different maturity scales. But ultimately, the idea is that they get full benefit from using something that really solves their needs holistically.
Yeah, this is amazing. Is it currently available, SimplyBlu, version 2.0 beyond the borders of South Africa?
No, not yet. It's only available in SA, but I do know that our counterparts in the Africa regions are also looking at something similar. So hopefully to some of the other regions in Africa that will also be available at some point.
Yeah. Wow. And how much now? Talking about cost, how much will this cost a business owner to use SimplyBlu?
Cool. So I think, as you said, we recently launched it. It's probably about 2 months old. We've kind of right now, there's a special that we're running, so you can actually get the device for just under 1,299 if you want to buy the device outright. So if you do go onto that link I told you, www.standardbank.co.za/SimplyBlu, you can actually and you go through the steps there. There's an option to buy the device outright, but also if you want to rent the device, you can rent the device. But just to be clear with, I think, your listeners, and maybe your guys, is that's the only cost that you incur, right, is buying the device, which is actually quite a it's quite a decent price device. And then obviously there's commission rates that come with it, but our commission rates are very I think competitive. Thereafter, all the other features I've mentioned, which is stock and inventory, the merchant app, the reporting, the insights, that is all built in. So, unlike other solutions you find in the market, when you now want to use the stock and inventory, now you need to now pay for an additional monthly fee if you want to get the other features. So we really try to make sure that, we want to help the small businesses, right? So we're making sure that there's just the once-off fee if you want to buy the device outright. If you want to rent the device, you can rent the device as well. Mm-hmm. And then thereafter, the rest of it is, all the other kind of features and value-add solutions we built in there is all for free. Yeah.
It's all for free?
Yes, it is for free.
That's amazing. And I know it's just 2 months old, this SimplyBlu version 2.0. Are there currently any success stories so far from businesses who have already adopted SimplyBlu?
Yeah, listen, it's a pity we're actually going through with our marketing team a process to get a few lucky businesses that would want to almost give some testimonials that we can now use for for just like marketing campaigns as well. So definitely, I think we've got a couple of those. We've got some early adopters that are really loving it and like playing
Yeah.
around. But it's really, as I said, I think especially for the younger generation who
Yeah.
we know are always on their phone, are very tech savvy. I
Mm.
really think this is a solution for them because you can do everything by yourself. You don't need to go in and and go and acquire another integration, another solution. Anyway, it's all built in, right? So you can really play around. You can go and load your stock. If you just want to accept transactions, you can just do that. Get your device, start accepting transactions if that's all you want, right? But if you want to really take, I think, which is what most businesses should be looking at, is taking your business to the next level, which means starting to understand data, right? Starting to understand what
Yes.
stock and inventory is moving. Starting
Yes.
to provide and be able to be, being more accessible on other platforms like an e-commerce. Being able to be flexible to say, if you're on holiday, like now it's holiday season, so you go on holiday down to the coast, and your store is in Tembisa or wherever. You want to be able to track how your business is doing, and if you need to call a friend to deliver more bread, go do that. So it really empowers you to still enjoy your life and manage your business on the go, but still be in touch with your business. So I really think that that's a compelling kind of use case managed business. I mean, you were mentioning where I come from. My parents also had they have a little store as well. And
Yeah.
my dad, for a long time, he didn't believe in stock and inventory, right? It's a pity
Yeah.
SimplyBlu wasn't around when but he had he was a traditional store owner with just a basic till, and
Yeah.
all the till did for him was, we called it a Z report. So
Good.
in essence, every night he'll do the Z report, which pretty much just tells him what the cash sales were. And then he would compare that. And for him, for a long time, that was sufficient, right? He never even used to do
Yeah.
stock and inventory management to see,
Yeah. Yeah.
stock take, are people, stealing from him. And I think it's probably in the last 6 years, with the cards growing, he's now having to, he had to then go and get a proper solution with stock and inventory that accepts card payment. And all of a
Yes.
sudden now he's actually, when I see him shop, we're going to order for a shop, he's like, no, I need to go buy this particular item because I know that during this period of time, or during this period of the year, people are loving this product, or people want this, So he's very now particular, and I think it's at times, small businesses take such things for granted. You just think, oh, no, my business is not that mature, but it can really be the difference between, how well your business performs or how it grows, just by knowing, those small little things that will make your business tick and grow. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes life a whole lot easier. Communicating with your business, even if you are not there, this is amazing. And besides what we've just covered and discussed, this is quite an amazing solution. What more advice can you give any small business owners out there who are still, a bit hesitant about adopting digital tools like SimplyBlu?
Yeah, listen, I would really, advise them to, try something, right? Like, for those people that, play sport, like in sport, it's always about trying something new, right?
Yes.
If you don't try, then, there's no chance of you. I mean, the worst that can happen is you try something, it doesn't work so well, and you try something else, right? So my advice is try something, try something different. Most businesses that have done well have tried something different, have lashed on to new technology. I mean, there's so much technology that's out there now. I mean, we live in a digital world community. So, the ability to also bring your business into this digital world and expose it to that, it can only be good, right? So I really think that, small businesses need to be, embracing technology like this, because, it really helps you. I mean, but by just the fact that you can now accept, I mean, you can, on the solution, you can accept cash, you can accept cards, you can accept QR. We'll also be launching next year PayShop. So any form factor that comes out in the SA kind of financial context, you will be able to accept it. So, gone are the days when someone says, hey, I've only got this, or, I can't, you'll be able to accept anything, and you can track it, and you can see what's working. So I really think it's about embracing change, as opposed to fighting it, because I think as everyone says, change is the only constant. So
It's a
exactly. So I really think, as a small business, embrace it. Try out different things. Play around with with different technologies. Especially with us, where we're saying it's free, right? Exactly. So you can play around with it. It's hit and miss. Worst case scenario, you've got a payment solution that accepts card. So you're not over investing in all these other solutions. So, and you can pick and choose when you think your business is ready to then, okay, now I need to move on to full on stock and inventory. Now I need to move on to the next level. But I really think it's a scalable solution that just allows you to grow your business as also your business matures.
Yeah, I feel like it is so important. Also, those add-on features, Norman, you highlighted so well. They give you insight. They give you information that will help a small business owner or small medium enterprise going into maybe the next year. One could be able to check their data, have a look at it, analyze it. Even if they're not able to make sense out of it. Say, why are my costs dropping? I did so many sales. But it's that the money is not reflecting in my business account. Then you're able, to have a look and see which steps you took and how you improve going forward. I feel like this is quite important and it's high time. I thank you for that. Any impactful book, Norman? Now we're talking about business and all these amazing features that you can share with our listeners.
Yeah, so as I think one of my examples was sports. So I like following sport personalities. So I've been reading Rassi's book, his recent book getting published. So that's quite an inspirational book. And again, I think it's actually quite interesting. How Rassi describes the strategies he uses for the rugby team. Right? It's actually it's very different the way that he thinks. And I really see a lot of that in the technology space where, you've got to think differently, you've got to try different things, right? And it's really about one of the things Rassi says is, like, try it, right? If it doesn't work, then try something else, and you evolve. So for me, I take, that's really for me inspiring because, in the tech spaces, better than anyone else, there's always something that's coming. People are always trying things. Something doesn't work, but then the next one comes and then that sticks, right? So that's where that's the space that we operate in technology. Is we always like this. We come up with new solutions. We think we've got something that can really change, the trajectory of how businesses can do X, Y, Z. And then it's about just trying it, right? Try it, see how it goes. And if it doesn't, then you pivot and you go again. So for me, it's that's been the story of my life in technology. And I like it when, it talks about that, but it also talks about some of the hardships that, that some of the players go through. But I think it's quite an inspirational book. But yeah, so for those that can get their hands on it, I think it's a really cool read. And I think it's a different perspective on life and just general on things.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I saw the book and I thought, I wonder what's in there. Another sports illustration.
No,
this is amazing.
It's actually very nice. Yeah, you should definitely give it a read. And yeah, I mean, you got some help. I can't remember who helped the author to write it, but like the perspective is very different. He gives a very genuine perspective of, what it takes to win. And how it takes to win and some of the challenges he went through. And just like, how people talk down on you when you try different things or unique things that the Springboks do. And everyone was like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Why are you doing that? And he kept on persisting, So as I was saying, I think that for me is important that at times when and I think that's a message for the small business as well. It's like, you're going to try things, right? You're going to try, everyone's going to look at you and say, what are you doing? Why are you selling, fat cooks? Why are you selling, a service that's, no one might want right now, but in the next 2-3 years, that might be the next big thing, right? So it's really just about trying it and keep on with it, and something will stick. It's all the guys that did well, all the corporates, anything that did well, very few of them was the first time and they got it right. So you got to try. If you fail, it's in the bank, we say it's about failing fast. So you fail fast and then you continue again. So just how fast you can fail and then you kind of reboot and then you back at it again. That's quite important.
Yeah. This is amazing. As in the words of Naval Ravikant, He says if you want to get it wrong, ask everyone, or you can just get your SimplyBlu and integrate your data and
Yep.
go for it. Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Norman, for coming to the podcast and sharing this amazing tech solution, SimplyBlu for SMEs. Thank you. We really appreciate you.
No, fantastic. Thanks for having me on your platform. And hopefully we can chat again soon when it's a bit more mature, and I could give you some more insights on what we're seeing. And I think maybe next time what we'll do is maybe get some testimonials from one or two businesses, because I think that will actually be more impactful as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Norman. Happy holidays.
You too, Take it.
Thanks for listening to our show this week. If you enjoy our show and would like to support us, help us by spreading the word. Tell your friends about Merge and engage on social media. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Our handle is @Merge Podcast. Merge My Entrepreneurship Journey on LinkedIn. If you would like to engage with us privately, drop us an email at defoe@mergepodcast.com. Remember, we are available and streaming wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Defoe Machele, and you've been listening to My Entrepreneurship Journey.